What's up, guys, today? What's up, guys? We're finally back. Here, the Kermu. Out so. Yes, no, we finally in Kermu. Finally back. Here. 8 million. Dad won't buy a car. That's a house. We don't want. Finally back to fucking that old team mess. We're stuck this year, I know we do. Welcome back to old fucking team we start. It's been 12 years we started late as a
Well, busy night in the National Hockey League. Let's see what happened elsewhere on the ice. The Canadiens took to the road to match up with the Jets. Montreal takes this one as they win it in the shootout. The Sharks battled it out against the Flames. Calgary puts on a show to pick up the win. The Pens were hoping their offense would show up in a big way against the Senators. Pittsburgh turns in a strong effort and they pick up the win. Time for a quick break, but we got a lot more coming up on the ice next. Now let's take a look at some of the rest of the action tonight in the NHL. The Blue Shirts were in a dogfight on the road up against the Senators. The New York Rangers turned it up to 11 in this one and easily pick up the win. The Flames were hoping to quiet the crowd on the road against the Avalanche. Calgary topples the opposition with a strong defensive effort. The Jets were looking to grab points on the road against the Ducks. Winnipeg punches their way to victory thanks to a strong... All right, let's go around the horn and see what happened elsewhere around the NHL tonight. The Oilers were hoping to fly high on the road against the Canucks. Vancouver tightens it up when they needed to most late, and they get the win. The Kraken paired up with the Canadiens. Seattle pitches a shutout in this one. The Rangers took to the ice for a collision with the Islanders. The New York Islanders terrorized the opposition with a magical offensive display. Don't even think about touching that dial or touching that button. We've got plenty more on the ice, and that's next.
Oh, we'll really destroy it with Cilia for playoffs. Yeah, we're here for it anyway. We're gonna get him teach him lessons still on spot. Playoffs. Why are we facing the team we can't beat last time? I just fucking this dude again because I. What's us by here? One more try, we'll win the fucking World Cup. Alright, that's it. Oh, it and playoffs. Destroy her.
Hey, no shortage of action and drama on the ice tonight. Let's take a look at what happened elsewhere. The Stars had a tall order to fill as they tried to take two on the road against the Islanders. The New York Islanders took it to the net in this one, and they picked up the win. The Penguins were on the road up against the Avalanche. Pittsburgh turned it up a notch in their own end, putting on a defensive clinic in the shutout win. The Sabres took to the road to match up with the Flyers. Buffalo pummels the opposition into submission with a big offensive night. Lots more to get to on the ice. Stay with us, everybody.
He's not the playoffs now, that team. And we're going to take this. Well, we'll play a 3-4.
Late goings of this third period of play. For those of you just tuning in now, better late than never. It's a one-sided affair tonight with the score 5-0. Wide open net, scores another one.
Yeah. This is the guy who's making the playoffs.
It is ugly inside the building. to make the save.
And now it's grabbed by Bouchard. Gains the zone through the middle. Takes a shot. And that's stopped by Henderson. Oh, that's a rattler. Did you hear those boards rattle? Scores!
Yes! Oh, we're beating this team. Oh, yeah, we're out.
Yeah, they've had the puck on their stick for a majority of this game.
This is before we get the ball to play off.
Maybe they'll get the day off tomorrow.
Taken by Drysdale. There's the whistle as the play was offside. Edmonton's had more shots on goal, but yet they run into a hot goalie. They trail late in this third period. And play resumes as the puck is dropped. The Oilers take possession in the defensive end.
I'll put
Feeds it
you a
on
fight
over
after
to
you met.
McDavid. Quick pass to Byfield. Glove save. Oh, he'll feel that one. And now he angles it across to puck drop. Feeds it to Sokolov. Here's a sprint for the loose puck. And here we go. It's a late going play here.
Well, they're running out of runway. We were waiting for this one all game, and as the game paused to an end, they find a way to drop the gloves.
Charlotte looks like a
That's what you get
goalie
already
yard
when
sale
we
out
lose
here
the playoff.
center ice.
Well, something had to have been said earlier in
Yeah.
the game, or this was predetermined,
We're
because
all
from the
that
distance of
playoff,
the ice
man.
and fight, I haven't seen that before.
That's what you get.
Tough to watch fighting, but sometimes
You have
when
won
it's
the
a tilt
fight.
on the road and you're a winner, it creates a ton of momentum.
A little more room out there with a little 4-on-4. Edmonton's going to start off with the puck here in the neutral zone after winning that faceoff. And he gets in front of that. And the final horn sounds for this one. Well, as a former defender, these are your types of games, right? The old goose egg.
Love the goose egg, because you know that the D did something well, too.
Great night to be on the couch and watching hockey. Tons of scores around the league. Let's take a look at what went down. The Bruins took to the ice to lock up with the Oilers. Boston presented their goaltender a magnificent defensive performance en route to the shutout victory. The Lightning paired up with the Blue Jackets. Columbus teed up a victory in a tightly contested affair. Well, let's take a look at how the
Oh my
standings were
God.
impacted with some of the final scores around the league tonight. The Bees took on the Oilers. Boston powered their way to a flawless
play on it.
shutout win.
Not February.
The
won't play
Lightning
in
played a
March.
game against the Blue Jackets. Columbus takes
man,
this
we
one in a
beat
tightly
against
contested
Vancouver,
affair
we
and the
lose.
bragging rights to go with it. The Kraken played on the road against the Wild. Minnesota pushes past in a tight one. Hey, we got to pay a couple of bills here, but we got a lot more action we got to get to. Stay with us.
I now got Tony. Right back, guys. Hey, don't say my name again.
Let's take a look around the league and some of the final scores out there tonight. The Bruins were hoping to come up with 2 points on the road against the Islanders.
We're not gonna beat the
Boston
Jets.
tosses up a shutout performance with a defensive gem in front of their goaltender. The Senators were on the road to take on the Devils. Ottawa put up a shutout performance on the night. The Rangers faced off with the Wild. The New York Rangers tightened it up late when they needed to most.
We win a lot early day. I think we win a lot, and we were playing an 8-hole quarter. Good. Look, well, let's play off season now. We'll play the. We'll play this 8.
Let's take a look at the rest of the action on the ice tonight in the National Hockey League. The Habs were on the road to take on the Hurricanes. Carolina posts a strong game in their own end, and they do enough to get the W. The Hawks took to the ice to battle the Flames. Chicago tallies a shutout in this one thanks to a spectacular effort in goal. The Sharks were hoping to play spoiler against the Stars. Dallas presents their fans with a beautiful defensive performance on the way to a shutout win. We got to take a quick break, everybody, but we've got a lot more to get to. Stay with us.
I hope you let us get this far. And not just do again. When you talk about houses. It'll make me cut out again. I hope you don't make me cut out again.
Let's check in on some of the final scores across the league tonight. The Knights were hoping to take a bite out of the Sharks. San Jose terrorizes their opponents with the win. The Oilers were hoping to grab 2 points up against the Jets. Winnipeg pulls one out of the fire in a tightly contested affair.
Oh, see, we win to face the Jets. We didn't win. The Jets is really suck this year. Okay, 3-2-1. Oh, why are we not in this playoff season? Why anytime we cannot get in this, like, why this fucking team suck? Who in there? I don't know who's in the playoff. I was thinking, well, I'm not in it this year. Well, I need to be bold. I need to go nights in there. I need to match. I'm gonna come back so I have. We'll be next year. I will get up playing off this next year, yes.
You know, if we bring it back to him for a second here, I think we're really starting to see the real version of who he is, not just on the ice, but we're starting to see that personality pop a little more within the room. And, you know, the way he kind of engages with the media, the way he's kind of expressed himself out on social media a little bit, you're starting to see that, a little bit of a goofball every once in a while, right? And that's okay to kind of see with the genuine persona. And I think, if we bring it back to him for a second here, I think we're really starting to see the real version of who he is, not just on the ice, but we're starting to see that personality pop a little more within the room. And, the way he kind of engages with the media, the way he's kind of expressed himself out on social media a little bit, you're starting to see that, a little bit of a goofball every once in a while, right? And that's okay to kind of see with the genuine persona. And I think, from what I understand, I think it's really gone a long way to help endear himself with his teammates, where, he's open more, he's more comfortable, and I think the players and his teammates have a better sense of just who he is and what he. There's a lot of outside noise around this team these days, and I want to bring it back to him for just a moment here, because there's a lot of conversations and everybody seems to debate, the social circle within the room with this team, and the focus of the conversation around him and whether he endears himself enough to his teammates off the ice. Hey, look, I don't think it's a matter about having to hang out at clubs or hang out at restaurants or just go sightseeing together off the ice. You know what? You want to endear yourself the best way possible to your teammates? Be the best teammate you can be. He needs to simply focus on being the best player. And you know what? If he is the best version of himself on the ice, his teammates will accept him. And if they can't, well, that's on them. But I don't think this is all about having to be this dynamic personality or try to extend to be somebody you're not. No. Be the best player you can be. I think that's all any teammate or any coach can ask for someone. Time for a quick break. I want to get your take on this.
That's fucking crazy. I'm going to give him a round one. I will trade the Benner because of the lap. I've been here first. Talking about that. That's a good trade because it's late. Cause I don't think I'm not trading this year because yeah, I wouldn't win and play well for this fucking team because of helping out. Hopefully, out one more year, I will win. Play all season.
All right, at this time, let's get you caught up on all the action on the ice tonight. The Wild played a game against the Canucks. Minnesota took it to the net in this one, and they picked up the win. The Flames had an on-ice collision with the Devils. New Jersey performed brilliantly offensively in the win. The Jets were looking to steal 2 points against the Ducks. Winnipeg turned it up a notch in the shootout, and they come away with the 2-point win. We'll check the inbox, we'll check the text line, and hear what you have to say next. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and what went down tonight on the ice. The Hurricanes were in tough with the Blackhawks. Carolina pressed when they had to, and they pull one out in overtime. The Blue Jackets had their hands full with the Avalanche. Columbus terrorized the opposition with a magical offensive display. The Blues were in a dogfight on the road against the Kings. St. Louis posts a shutout in an impressive defensive display. We got to take a quick break, but we got a lot more coming your way next.
I'm not ready for trade. I'm not ready. It will be next year. I'm ready to see them in the playoffs like that. Well, we'll play in the center for center to come up.
When you look at players who have started and finished their respective careers with just one team, I mean, it's rare. And look at that, the greatest player in the history of the sport, Wayne Gretzky, right? Where did he play? Edmonton, LA, St. Louis. Oh, yeah, that place. Yeah, New York. You know, the great one kicked around to 4 different markets over the course of his career, right? And if he moves, you know, it kind of tells you that everybody can move. And here he still is in this town, in this market, still doing what he does, probably underappreciated by most of this fan base. But that means something, right? Those players, you know, you look at Mario Lemieux, always a Penguin, right? Once a Penguin, always a Penguin. And I think you don't see that much.
We'll put I told you I don't want to make a trade because the trade rate right now will win the challenge.
All right, lots of wild happenings on the ice tonight. Let's take a look at some of the scores of what went down. The Devils were looking to steal 2 against the Jets. Winnipeg topples the opposition with a big offensive effort, as they're known to do. The Sharks look to run roughshod over the Rangers. The New York Rangers tightened it up late when they needed to most, and they pick up the 2 points.
I told them we're not making a trade net. Okay, we're gonna play the last 29. 29 is a good last month we play on the 29.
Busy night of action on the ice. Let's take a look at some of the finals that are in from tonight. The Oilers faced off against the Devils. Edmonton treated everyone to a magical offensive display, and they come away with the win. The Penguins went toe-to-toe on the road against the Senators. Pittsburgh pulled this one out with a strong defensive effort. The Avs took to the road to match up with the Stars. Colorado took this one with a strong game at both ends of the ice. We got to take a quick pause for the call, but we got a lot more coming up on the other side. Stay with us.
Last time, score 3.
Well, for those of you just joining us, better late than never here in the late stages of this third period. The Bruins continue to lead by a score of 3-2. Less than a minute to go now here in regulation. That knocks him off the puck. And now he passes up to Jarvis. Broken up with the stick in the defensive zone. Too much congestion in front. And shot gets blocked. Stars, and they do it again and again and again.
The coaches will be preaching, listen, have no mercy. Continue the pounding, continue the beating because they are on a roll.
Nice job tying up his opponent. Jostling for the puck, but still moves away. And he takes the feed. Good hit to knock the puck loose. The Red Wings scoop it up along the boards.
Rosen's made an incredible play there, James. He stumbles in front of the net, but finds the puck and could have lost it, but manages to stay with it enough to get a shot off.
Handles the puck. Chance at an empty netter here. Doesn't go. Detroit's got a hold of it against the wall. And he loses possession of the puck after trying to make into the And that will close the book on this one here.
Wait, that's not what you fight. I did not see it go down there, bro.
All right, let's get all you poolies and all you hockey fans caught up on all the action out on the ice tonight. The Bruins battled it out against the Red Wings. Boston perseveres in this one, and they get the victory. The Ducks were hoping their offense would show up in a big way against the Avalanche. Anaheim tramples their opponents with a big offensive night.
I wasn't.
All right, at this time, everyone, we'll catch you up on what went down in all the action in the league tonight. The Bees were in a dogfight on the road up against the Canadiens. Boston put up a strong fight, and they do enough to get the win. The Wild played on the road against the Oilers. Minnesota terrorized the goalie with a monster offensive display.
Guys, I'm not streaming much more, you guys know. We'll put A-hole because A-hole is a good month. Win the playoffs this year. I don't know if we can beat the fuck that team with a walk the playoffs. You
Okay, everybody, let's take a quick look at some of the final scores around the league tonight. The Panthers were hoping to quiet the crowd on the road against the Golden Knights. Vegas played about as good as they have all year long defensively, and they pick up the clean sheet shutout win. The Red Wings were looking to grab points on the road against the Canucks. Detroit turns in one of their stronger efforts of the year and pick up the win. The Stars were hoping to fly high on the road against the Canadiens. Dallas played a sound defensive game and pick up the regulation win. Lots more still to come, including the story in the MMA, the hardwood, and more. Stay with us.
Jets won. Okay, we're going to start by the 8. We'll play the 8. Not just do it again. Please don't do it again.
Time to take a look at what happened around the league as we check in on some of the scores. The Golden Knights took to the ice for a collision with the Blackhawks. Vegas takes this one in a fun one. The Kings had a tall order to fill as they tried to take 2 on the road against the Kraken. Seattle picked up not only a win, but a shutout. A nice clean sheet in the win.
Three, 1. We're not in this playoffs. Who's in it? I got one. That's fine. Why you gotta do this? We might be in this year. Why you gotta play the winning team? I know, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna fucking try. I'm gonna try. I will fucking try. This team never go with playoffs. Like 9 years after that, like it's the Ducks like don't ever make a fucking trade because they don't like us. Don't like us make a trade. It lets us put in there the playoffs. It did not put me in there. Okay, someone wants to go. Guys, see you guys it's time. I should have let the end of the video soon.
You know, and I'll just tell you one thing I've also noticed, and not just on the ice, but it's translating off the ice as well. Like, this team is really starting to develop a deep bond. And I see it with him and his teammates where, you know, there was some talk about this beforehand. Look at the way he's played. Is there not a coincidence with the way that he has played as of late and how this team has kind of gelled? Coincidence? Absolutely. You know, and I'll just tell you one thing I've also noticed, and not just on the ice, but it's translating off the ice as well. Like, this team is really starting to develop a deep bond. And I see it with him and his teammates where, you know, there was some talk about this beforehand. Look at the way he's played. Is there not a coincidence with the way that he has played as of late and how this team has kind of gelled? Coincidence? Absolutely not, right? He's been the best version of himself as a teammate. And that's how you earn the trust and respect and the admiration of your fellow colleagues and teammates. Hey, you know what? This person, I know I've got their back because you know why? They've got mine. Simple as that. No coincidence. His play's improved and the relationship within the room has improved. Time for a quick break. We got a lot more on the other side.
Go soon. I have to go play one. I'm looking forward to take this last match I'm doing in the hot here right now. I'm a little bit tired. I have to do so. I'm gonna do this last match. I'll stream later on, guys. This is gonna be the last match I'm doing.
Late goings of this third period of play. For those of you just tuning in now, better late than never. Boston's holding on to a 4-2 lead. Puck picked up by Yokiharu. There's a great save on an excellent chance there. Dishes it off. Unleashes a cannon. Denies him. Loose puck battle along the boards.
I am in the fucking
crazy.
crazy.
Teammate who skates away. Pull just got it in the offensive end. Moves it to the middle.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a goaltender.
Now they're within one goal, which means it's striking distance in the third period. As a defender, you know when they're coming, and they got to win this faceoff and dictate the pace.
Nearing the final minute of the third. Well, we've been waiting for this. It's going to finally happen.
Well, the frustration has been bubbling over for the past two periods, and I think it's coming to an all-time high here now, James, and as a result, they're going to drop the gloves.
The old goalie.
Oh, that's you get. That's you get. You
You
get.
gotta wonder if they continued on because of all the energy they were getting from the fans. You don't see goaltenders going at it too often. The Bruins find a way to send a clear message with that fight. They say, we're not going to be pushed around. We're tough, we're physical, and we're not going anywhere.
And it's 4 against 4 here with the puck set to drop. And they win that neutral zone draw. They go on the attack from the left side. The Bruins look to start the transition game. Both sides mixed up for that battle for the puck along the wall. Working the puck deep inside their own end. I don't think anybody was hanging on to the puck after that hit. Loses his balance on the play. The Panthers have the puck now. Here's a chance to make something happen inside the neutral zone. Excellent stick work on the play. In need of a goal, the extra attacker's out on the ice. Forced the gaping net, and that was off a player in front. To the empty net.
Yeah.
Score!
Yeah, and this one will all but seal the deal, James. A real insurance marker and a game well fought and a win well earned.
The Bruins' persistence pays off as they get the empty netter, and that should probably do it here for this one, Cheryl.
Yeah, that should be the insurance marker, James. They've got a comfortable lead now. They can all breathe a little bit lighter, and that should finish it off.
Puck scooped up by Yokiharu. There he is from the slot. Big time stop.
Konga is able to square up to the shooter right here, who's in a dangerous position in the slot area. What a great save, James.
And we are all over with this one. This game was ultimately a lot closer than the score indicates tonight, Cheryl.
Yeah, it was a one-goal game, and then you pull your tender.
Yeah. See you guys at that sign, Sean Sky. See you guys. Guys, see you guys at Sign Sean Sky. I hope I'll be back. See you guys at Sign Sean Sky. Hope I'm gonna get out here and play hockey right now. Guys, see you guys at Sign Sean Sky. See you guys at Sign You just guys. See you guys. So start. Goodbye. See you.